Hello everyone and welcome. If you're getting ready to start your home buying journey, this video is for you. I'm Stuart Shefter, realtor here in the Triangle of North Carolina, and today we are busting 9 myths about the home buying process. And not only are we going to bust those myths, we're actually going to tell you why they're not true and what the truth actually is. But before we dive in, if you know the TV show that clip was referencing, go ahead and hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. That way, you know when I upload more useful real estate tips. All right, let's dive in. The 9 myths about the home buying process. Myth number 1, it's cheaper to rent. It's actually more expensive to rent. I took the average rent from a 2-bedroom apartment here in the South Durham area and compared it to a 30-year mortgage at today's rates. For the same rental payment, you could get 400 more square feet if you own, or the same square footage at $300 less per month. And not only that, when you own a home, you're actually building wealth. I've got an extra video explaining all that down in the description. Myth number 2, the only upfront cost is the down payment. Unfortunately, this one is false. There are a number of other expenses that you have to save up for before purchasing a home. Home inspection, appraisal, and closing attorney fees are all part of those. Some of them can be paid at closing, but they're all expenses above and beyond just the down payment. Which brings us to myth number 3. You must bring 20% down payment. This is a huge myth that I hear all the time. And while 20% down can be advantageous, there are actually programs out there that allow a first-time homebuyer to bring as little as 3% down. And that frees up a lot of your savings to pay for some of those other expenses. Myth number 4, you should wait till the spring or summer to buy. Homes are actually moving on and off the market all the time. And it's true that the real estate market does ebb and flow, but you shouldn't restrict yourself to just purchasing a home half the year. You might find a fantastic home during the off season, and with fewer buyers looking, that's less competition for you to purchase the home. Myth number 5, don't work with an agent to buy a home. Let's be honest, I have some bias here. And in an age where you can find a lot of information online, it's tempting to go it alone. However, I consider finding a home our warm-up. When you find your dream home, that's when my job really begins. We walk you through the entire process from start to finish and coordinate with the loan officer, inspections, the listing agent, and even have contacts for specialists and closing attorneys in any potential legal matters. Besides, a buyer's agent commission comes from the seller, so you're not paying out of pocket for their expertise. Myth number 6, find a home first, then figure out financing. In a fast market, by the time you get pre-approved, that home may already be under contract. Your best bet is to talk to a loan officer first, who will also give you a maximum budget and a pre-approval letter. You'll need that letter in order to make an offer on any home out there in the market. Myth number 7, you need a flawless credit score in order to purchase a home. And while it's true, a better credit score can translate into better mortgage rates, you don't need it to be outstanding in order to purchase a home. Requirements are always fluctuating, and your best bet is to talk to a loan officer who can tell you the current requirements and maybe even how you can increase your credit score. Myth number 8, you can't purchase a home with student loans. If that were true, I need to be kicked out of my house. A loan officer will calculate what they call the debt-to-income ratio. It's a comparison of how much you make versus how much you owe to things like car payments, credit cards, and student loans. So don't let that stand in the way of purchasing a home. It's already calculated into the pre-approval process. And our last one, myth number 9, you should get a mortgage from your current bank. I also hear all mortgage lenders are the same, so it just doesn't matter which one you go with. And that's even further from the truth. A lot of lenders will give you better rates, and some will have more upfront costs than others. But a good loan officer will walk you through the entire process, ask you about your individual situation, and put a bunch of different options in front of you and explain what the difference is between each of them. And there you have it. the 9 myths that I hear all the time from home buyers. If there's a myth that you think I missed, or something that you thought about the home buying process that was actually incorrect, please drop it down in the comments below. I'd love to have a conversation about it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.